Let me guess, you're like me, you love Tom Hanks, you know he can act his ass off, and you want to see him kick some Nazi ass. But I'm gonna let you know if Greyhound is really worth the Apple TV Plus subscription, or even the 7-day free trial. So without further ado, let's talk about it. Okay, so is this movie worth the watch on Apple TV Plus? So here's my short answer. My answer is definitely not. Please don't sign up for this, and I'm gonna explain to you why I think so. Alright, Greyhound is a film directed by Aaron Schneider starring Tom Hanks, Elisabeth Shue, Stephen Graham, and Rob Morgan. And in this movie, Hanks plays a Navy commander who has to get his convoy across the Atlantic to safety while they're under attack by German U-boats. And this premise sounds really dope to me. Tom Hanks fighting off Nazis and protecting soldiers? I'm on board. But damn, this movie turned out to be a really dry and lifeless film. First of all, this movie has no characters, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, there are actors in this movie portraying people, but you never get a chance to get to know who any of them actually are. In a war movie, we need a better reason to feel for these soldiers when they're in danger. The writers need to spend some time establishing who these characters are and make them friends with the viewer. Hacksaw Ridge does a phenomenal job of building a character and making us feel for our friend when his life is on the line. But in Greyhound, every character is extremely interchangeable. All of these guys, like, who are they? I watched the whole film and I still don't know any of them any better than when I started. Even Tom Hanks' character is extremely flat and doesn't get any personal screen time. We're told he works hard because we get 2 lines from his cook saying he's not eating, and we get a few brief shots of him feeling exhausted, but that's it. He really didn't have a personality besides being an assertive leader. There are only 2 recent war movies that have pulled off the minimal character development strategy, and that's 1917 and Dunkirk. In 1917, everything is basically first person and it's all one take, which puts everything in real time. It made the movie so much more fascinating and intriguing. You felt for the characters because you felt like you were also there. And Dunkirk was a spectacle to look at. It had these wonderfully crafted scenes that you could never take your eyes off of from start to finish. It was so well paced with nail-biting suspense. Which brings me into the suspense factor of this film. It can be a little suspenseful at times when a torpedo skims the bottom of a ship or when the Germans get uncomfortably close. They are also never really out of danger, which keeps it semi-engaging. But at the same time, there was never really a climax or even a highlight moment that I can name. It was just continuous decent action sequences the entire way, where if you were watching this and your phone rang, you would answer it and you wouldn't pause the movie. You would just let it keep running while you were talking, and you wouldn't really miss anything. The dialogue in this thing is so dry too. 90% of this dialogue is functional, I swear. Like 90-degree, left standard rudder, that kind of stuff. 10% of it is personal, and when it is personal, it is so poorly written. Tom Hanks wrote this thing, I'm not kidding, and he's not very good. Everything is super briefly explained. A ship will go down and we hear, that was an Ally ship. Tom Hanks speaks to his wife, Elisabeth Shue, for 5 minutes of this entire movie, and the most meaningful line is, there's no one else I want to spend my life with. Yeah, by the way, Elisabeth Shue was in this movie for 5 minutes, just so you know. Overall, Tom Hanks' writing wasn't engaging enough, and Aaron Schneider's directing wasn't captivating enough to compensate for the bad writing. The talented actors did what they could for their non-existent characters, but it just ended up so forgettable. It's not worth the Apple TV Plus subscription. It's not worth the 7-day free trial. Wait for something better to come out on Apple TV Plus. I'm gonna give this thing a 3 out of 10. If you want Hanks at war but way better, watch this. If you want Hanks on a boat but way better, watch this. If you want something similar to Greyhound but way better, watch this. But I got a question for you guys in the comments because I want to start a discussion. What are your favorite war movies or your favorite Tom Hanks movies? I mentioned some good war ones earlier, but I love these 2 Tom Hanks movies so much. And what did you think about Greyhound if you saw it? I really appreciate new opinions, so yeah, let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you want to keep discussing, and liking the video would be great if you really enjoyed it. All commenters I'll put in the next video's credits. Thanks a lot. See you guys next time.